Hello, Twin Flame Tribe. This is Jan Conradi from Twin Flame Mission SA. Very happy to connect with you guys again. Today I'm going to talk about the superpower tool of twins. This is the most important tool in your toolbox to manage your relationship successfully, whether in union, whether in separation. It doesn't matter if you're in the love bubble phase, if you're in the blasting each other with mirroring phase, in separation, in union, permanent union. Doesn't matter where you are in this journey, your superpower tool is forgiveness. Guys, that is the most important thing that any twin can learn and utilize in your twin flame relationship. And we'll talk about this a little bit more. Remember that twins can only be in permanent union when you live from your soul, when you've spiritually awakened to the fact that you are your soul, that you're not your ego or mind. When you start aligning with your soul, when you start living from your higher consciousness, once you've realized the true values of who you truly are and what you actually are from your best possible version of yourself. When you put the things of the ego aside, your shadow self, when you've done all that work, the best tool that still remains, and that is always your first principle to return to in any situation you're facing in your relationship, and that is forgiveness. Now, guys, the point being that you and your twin want to get the space between you and within yourself clear and clean. Remember I said earlier that you're made up of a threefold construct. There's your body, there's your mind, and then there's your soul. When you die, your mind and your body dies, but your soul lives on, and you and your twin flame are your soul. It's one soul incarnated into two bodies, so a monad incarnated into a dualism, into two bodies. The idea is that you get those two bodies as clean as possible. And I'm talking about cleanliness on the inside, and that is the reason for that being that your soul needs to shine through. Your soul can only shine through into the 3D realm if your inner body is clean. So think about it like this. If you've got your body, then there's your mind. Your mind constitutes the biggest part of your ego. If you combine basically your mind with your state of emotions and the etheric that surrounds your mind, the etheric is what you use to create into the 3D world. If you combine those things, the conscious portion of your mind, the subconscious portion of your mind, with your emotions, that forms a bridge. That bridge is supposed to connect your soul to your body. But what happened is what they call the illusion of self, the human condition. Your mind actually hijacked you a very long time ago. There's a theory that this is sort of the first time that separation between man and God happened. When Adam and Eve was expelled from the garden, they actually at that stage came out of a state of full consciousness and living from their souls, and the ego was actually introduced into the mix. They became shy of the explicit body parts, and they became aware of their egos. They became aware of their bodies, of themselves. They became very much aware of their place in the 3D world, and that is when the illusion of separation and the illusion of self started. So that is when the mind then actually hijacked the soul and started creating a prison for the soul. Now, the soul cannot be imprisoned. It is basically beyond the ego. It is higher intelligence, but you can be imprisoned if you believe that you are your mind. Then you can be imprisoned. You actually then are the prison through this belief. And then your mind does not function as a bridge to your soul anymore. It keeps you from that realization that you're your soul, and it lives from the ego. The mind then actually creates timelines for you. It associates events to these timelines. events of past trauma and pain. It actually then creates personas. There's a whole bunch of them, like the pain body persona, which activates and causes pain to those around you, your loved ones. There's the inner child that always seems to live in fear, and very deeply affected by the trauma. And you start associating yourself. You think that you are these personas that's created by your mind, and your mind can create a myriad of them. So it's absolutely a case of mistaken identity. You live through this pain body, you live through your inner child, you live through these pain personas, and very often there's like deep seeds of resentment in there, unforgiveness, bitterness, denial. And these are the things that you and your twin face when you're in a relationship together, and that you actually dig up from each other through mirroring. So basically, then that bridge doesn't work. You get confronted with these issues. Your soul can never shine through because there's no space on the bridge. Imagine like a bridge that is so cluttered up with people that you can hardly, shift through to the other side, because there are just these myriads of personas and false delusional, egoic personalities that were created that just clutters up the bridge. You can't get from the one end to the other. So what we need to do is we need to try and create space in that inner body. We need to try and clear it out. To do that, there's a various techniques that you can follow. We can go into the Akashic records to clear out the causes of trauma, the intentional, unintentional betrayals that you committed or that were committed to you. There's clearing and healing techniques that we can look at. But the point being, you want to get your inner body clear. Forgiveness is a big tool in that. Forgiveness clears these personas. Forgiveness is sort of what moves the blockers out of the way for you and your twin to be in union. And that is absolutely key critical, because you want to get the inner body clean. You want this bridge to function between your body and soul, so that the light from your soul, remember I said your soul is basically a thought of God. It is divine, it is unconditional love. We want that love to shine into your inner body, to illuminate every nook and cranny of it. We want to blast open the Pandora's box of your shadow self that sits behind your heart. I'll make a whole video around that, but you want to blast that box open. We want to get all the bad, all the bad in that box, which is basically all the things that make you think that you're a horrible person, all the guilt you've accumulated over time, all the things you've done from your lower self, that's not in your true nature, where you've affronted other people, where you've lied and cheated, where you were like prone to escapism, addictions, narcissism, whatever the case might be. We want to get it out of that Pandora's box. We want to get it out in the open between you and your twin, so that you can actually confess your shadow self. You have to look at your shadow self. Between twins, there can be absolutely no denial, no lies between twins, because you are yourself. You're only lying to yourself. I mean, guys, when twins come together, and there is a myriad of things between them. It was divinely designed that way. You believe you're a horrible person. You don't want your twin to know about these things, because this most wonderful person, this person that loves you most in the whole world, are going to judge you, leave you. That's what you think. You just keep it all locked up in that Pandora's box. But you need to open that box up. You need to get it out in the open. Pick the time. Confess everything to your twin. Absolutely, in this case, like in all cases, the truth shall set you free. I fully believe, because you and your twin are one soul, you are divinely programmed to forgive each other, and your twin will forgive you. Yes, they might still act out of the ego. Yes, you might trigger running. Yes, they might have to need time on their own to work through it, or whatever the case might be. But and I'll say this very often, the work that you're doing as a twin accumulates. Every bit of work that you're doing on yourself accumulates into ascension and union, and you will absolutely, at the end of the day, not regret this. You have to open the Pandora's box of shadows have to get it out there. Be humble, be absolutely true to yourself, um, face your fears, start acting out of your higher self, start acting out of your soul space, and confess all the darkness in your shadow self so that we can get the clutter off that bridge, so that we can get space in there. Your twin can't be in union with you if there's no space to be in union. So clear out the inner body, clear out the past. The past is nothing. The past is something that is created by your mind and your ego. As we know, if you read The Power of Now as an example from Eckhart Tolle, time does not exist. Our whole life actually expands in this moment of the now, which is this exact moment here. There is no future, there is no past. That is all constructs of your mind that is using projection techniques into the future to make you think that you want and desire. It's techniques to take you back into the past and shine a spotlight onto your past pain and trauma, to make you feel that pain and suffering. It is all constructs of the ego. You don't need it. Your whole life unfolds in the now moment. That is also where you find your soul, and that is when you find the divine love of God, unconditional love. If you use this superpower tool of forgiveness, forgive your twin today. I know I'm a divine feminine twin. My twin destroyed my life. I've forgiven her almost immediately. If I look at the pain and suffering I endured after that time in my life, I lost 25 kilograms. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't function. My whole life was actually just a mess. And you know what? I forgave her almost instantly. Yes, I blasted her at the beginning through pain and through my ego dying. But very soon after that, I forgave her because, it is just a absolute divine programming in the twin flame blueprint. You will always forgive your twin, just like you are meant to forgive yourself. You're meant to love yourself unconditionally. You can't love yourself if your whole inner world and inner space is filled up with a myriad of personas that are attached to bitterness and pain and past traumas. You can let all of that go. If you want to know how, you can contact me. I can teach you how to forgive. I can teach you how to keep on forgiving. Let that become a sort of a central theme in your life here on earth. There's no power in bitterness. There's absolutely no power in posturing. There's no power in being combative. There's immense power in accepting what is. There's immense power into surrendering to the now, as your life unfolds. And there's immense power in being able to transmute all those feelings, into a state of pure joy, inner peace, and unconditional love for yourself and for your twin. And I can help you with that. I'm a twin flame coach and mentor. So come on over to the website, twinflammissionsa.wordpress.com. Come and have a look what we've got going on there. There's a self-study course you can follow. I can, sign up for some mentoring and coaching, and let's get you on the right track. It's not expensive. I created this lighthouse for South African twins specifically because overseas twin flame mentors and coaches they charge thousands and thousands of dollars for this very same information. I'm here to make it available for you. I will look at your specific situation and custom tailor-make rates for you, as I'm doing this as a labor of love and to aid the planet, Mother Gaia, into the new age and to raise the vibrations. So I'm here to help you guys. So like and subscribe to the video. Like the video, please, and subscribe to my channel. And there's a lot more to come. I hope to see you soon. Bye.